I'm Pellom McDaniels, and I'm Curator of African American Collections in the Stuart A. Rose Manuscript Archives and Red Book Library at Emory University. Did you know that? So the African American collections here contain materials related to African American history and life in terms of the social and political histories, art histories. We collected papers of different organizations like the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which was started by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We also have collections of Black fraternities and sororities, including the Boule Sigma Pi Phi, which is an African-American men's professional fraternity. Generally what we try to do is collect materials that are not only relevant to our students and our faculty's research, but fill in the gaps related to the lives of African Americans from the beginning of the country's founding to today. Our most recent acquisition, of course, was the Barack Obama letters from him to his girlfriend. And so we have the first edition of Phyllis Wheatley's Book of Poetry to the first Black president's, letters before he was president, really kind of showing us his breadth and depth and his intelligence before he took office. Some of the material that I'm interested in specifically has to do with African American manhood and masculinity. Historically speaking, when we think about African American masculinity, if we include slavery in that equation, it was very difficult for Black men to achieve a sense of manhood, being oppressed and being kind of identified as not only second-class citizens, but as beasts of burden, as human chattels. And so by looking and tracing this history from slavery to freedom, we're able to see how these men were able to accomplish the sense of their not only manhood, but achieve their humanity. And so in looking at reading the literature, David Walker's Appeal, Du Bois's Souls of Black Folk, examining the visual kind of representations of Black masculinity as it relates to early photography, we're able to understand how these men were defining themselves in this time period where they were reduced to being less than human. And so by looking at the different evidence we have available to us, we can really synthesize a history that is not only significant for them in those moments where they experience life, but it allows for us to be rooted in something that brings us into the present. It's like a big jigsaw puzzle. And the beauty of my work is that I get a chance to go find the pieces to fill in the gaps and try to make it as whole as I can in the space provided in the archives.